back to Affirmations. I'm hoping you all had a great week. Okay. And I want to welcome those who are new. And I want to thank my new subscribers. I see I had a few more subscribers. And I also want to thank you all for joining me again this week. And I'm wishing everyone spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional health. Okay. Let's see. Beautiful windy day today, guys. Breezy. So hopefully you all can hear the wind. Let me be quiet so y'all can hear it. Yes. So today, I was mentioning on a previous video how much I love the Star Wars series. And I said this summer I gotta rewatch the original 3-part Star Wars series. And so I finally got a chance to rewatch it. And again, a lot of symbolism in movies, especially Star Wars, talking about may the force be with you, the dark side, the light side. And I had an opportunity to go browsing, to take a little day trip with my aunt and my sister. And it was so much fun. And was able to find this. It's amazing. Again, we talk about the mind and what we speak and what we're thinking about and what we focus on. Okay. Sometimes miraculously, it's interesting how things come towards us. So anyway, I'm browsing and lo and behold, look at what I find. And I was, just watched the movie and lo and behold, look at this. It says the force is strong with this one. Okay. And the second one I got, it was two of them. It says, these aren't the droids you're looking for. And I'll talk about each of these from the scene. So the first one, so again, just isn't it amazing how the mind is, how, the Most High has the universe the way it works. My mind, saw this movie. I've kind of been really, kind of enjoying the symbolism. And lo and behold, here I found these two little sayings, okay? And I don't think that's by accident. Again, that we talked about co-creating, how the Most High he spoke the earth into existence, and he's given us the power as well in order to speak things as well. And so before I get started, I'll start off with our saying. It says, well, how do we start it? Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Are you feeding yourself fresh or rotten fruit? Our mind, what we focus on, it will attract things, good or bad. So that's something we always want to be aware of. So let me take the first one. The force is strong with this one. The saying, I loved it in the movie. It's the scene where Darth Vader, who, plays again, the bad guy, he's Lord Vader, right? And at the time, he doesn't know that Luke Skywalker's his son. And so he's, kind of sensing these particular rebels, and he notes this particular one, and he says to the wicked sorcerer who he works for, they're trying to take over the world, of course. And he says, the force is strong with this one. Okay. And when I see that, I think about, and some of you all may be able to relate in your own life. You run across people where it's just something about them. Okay. Can't put your finger on it. And even those of you who even yourselves feel like it's just something different about you, you've kind of never really quite fit in, a little set apart. And it can mean a couple of things. The force being strong with you can mean that you're a person that's very protected. Sometimes when you're protected, you're very isolated. You are not going to be around or even be allowed to be around. You're wondering why, people can sense that about you. Sometimes it's a compliment that you're not. I have to fix that, guys. Look like the cedars was going to get on my cards. But, the force being strong with you, and a lot of times you can kind of have an idea, because a lot of times it's tell me if y'all felt this way. Some people live a life where they go, why is people always, harassing me, bothering me? I mind my business. It looks like, people are kind of drawn to me either in a good way or a bad way. Either of those, I think, could imply the force being strong with someone. Because why is that? And sometimes it can manifest as like being bullied or picked on or harassed constantly or challenged constantly. Or it could be you having favor with people and people actually being very kind to you and protective of you. So it could be either extreme. And a lot of times, the person that this may apply to too um, is the one, let's say in the family or even with friends, is the one that everybody is coming to for help. Okay. Even though they may be quiet, people might not say they're the leader, but at the end of the day, you'll know a thing by its fruit. I love that particular scripture. By the result of a thing. Who is it that people go to when they need the help, when times are hard? See, in good times, it looks one way, but then when, as they say, crap hits the fan, who is it that people are drawn to? Who do they seek help from? Okay. So sometimes you may not even be aware of it, that this is something set apart about you, is why you're kind of always the focus. Okay. The next one I love, it says, these aren't the droids you're looking for. I love this particular one too. Obi-Wan Kenobi used to mentor Darth Vader when he was younger. He's an old man in this particular movie, and he is aware that Luke Skywalker is Darth Vader's son. And he's trying to convince Luke Skywalker to go on this journey with him. He's like, no, I have to stay. He's kind of like an only child. He's like, I got to help my uncle and aunt. He goes back home. And of course, they've been searching for these two droids that, Princess Leia put secret plans in to be able to destroy the bad guys. And so Obi-Wan Kenobi, so he says, okay, I'll join you on this journey. So they go through this particular zone. They're everywhere looking for these two droids, right? So they're in this particular hover trying to get through this pass point so they can get on the ship and escape. And they come to the soldiers, and the soldier says, are these the droids we're looking for? And then you see, for the first time, Obi-Wan Kenobi used what they call the Jedi mind trick. He looks at he does this motion, and Luke Skywalker's looking at him like, what is he doing? He waves his finger. He says, these are not the droids we're looking for. And then the guard repeats it. Oh, no, these are not the droids we're looking for. And then Obi-Wan says, they can go. And then the military guys go, oh, they can go. And so it was kind of amazing how, again, the power of the mind and how he could suggest a thing. And a lot of times, some of us, may have that ability where we can influence people, manipulate people. And the question is, do you use that power for good or evil? Okay. So we want to be aware of that. Are we able to suggest a thing or encourage people to do the right thing? Or are we a person that uses it for evil? So anyway, love that. Okay. So so put down in the comments anybody else that loves Star Wars like I do, and point out some more symbolism. It's a lot more. And over time I may share it. Okay. So let's see, we'll get started. Those of you who are new, normally each week I will pull from the self-therapy deck. And a lot of times I will have my clients use these once they're done with counseling goals, because it allows them to kind of continue to set their own personal goals and ask themselves questions. So that's something, if you're interested in, it is on Amazon. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the stones like we do each week. And I'm going to select the stones so we can talk. And I really enjoyed the last video I did with my sister. It was at nighttime. Hopefully you all got a chance to check that out. That was such a treat to have her on. So let's see what we're going to get today. Okay, let's see what we're going to get today. Let's see what we're going to get today. Okay, I ended up getting the Bumblebee Jasper stone. Yeah, let's see the focus. Is it focusing for us? There it is. Interesting stone, Bumblebee Jasper. Another one of the Most High's creations, all the beautiful rustic stones he has in the earth, as well as jewels. I'm very interested in the more raw, kind of more natural stones that's overlooked. So let's see what we got for action, guys. Let's see, what is it that they want us to do? Okay, let's see what we're getting. Okay, got something to slide out. What is this? This is a long one. Okay, let's see what it's talking about. Let's see what this is. It's saying comparing yourself to others is a common type of negative thinking. as well as a source of anxiety for many people. This practice can make it hard to feel any pride in yourself or happiness for what you have. Over the next 2 weeks, do a social media detox and don't look at anyone else's lives. Focus only on yours. See how well that makes you feel. This is so important. They always have really great things for us to focus on. Um, I had mentioned this in another video, when you start looking at social media and Instagram world, and we live in this kind of digital world, it is a interesting opportunity. We get to kind of spy on others or kind of look into other people's lives. And then we get curious, and sometimes we will start competing and comparing ourselves. And the psychology of Facebook is just genius. It is a type of, I think, a research tool. I think they're learning about human behavior, and learning a lot about people. And when you start talking about people comparing themselves to each other, one of the things that confused me when I first got on, let's say, Facebook, and I would just click, I'm still like that. I thumb up people, I support people. I'm like, oh, this is great. If I like it, I click it. But I'm learning the psychology behind it is that a lot of times it is almost like replaying like high school all over again, the kind of cool people versus not the cool people, or I'm going to ignore you so I don't validate you, so you feel like you're nothing. Or, and again, if you find yourself operating like that, just know that that means that that's an issue that you probably need to work out. It could be some unresolved kind of childhood triggering or trauma that has gone on, either where you were, maybe at school excluded, or even in your family not feeling important enough. If we feel like we have to compete with other people, you have to ask yourself, what you start talking about competition, where did that start? See, a lot of times what I love about the social media, the social media is not causing it. These were deep bedded issues that was already there. So who started this, you feeling like you had to compete with people? Okay. And we know it does create a lot of anxiety and stress. Sometimes people can get, very depressed, and to the point to where they literally are, are not able to really focus on, like it says, focusing on yourself, or what, or being thankful. Okay. It gets us wanting, kind of, envious, wanting what other people have, but also too not understanding that everyone is putting their best foot forward on these particular social sites. So it's almost like we can look at the sites as what people wish was their reality 24 hours a day, because we know life has its up and downs. It's very stressful. Okay. You could look at someone on the outside and it seems perfect, but the reality is something else. And it's nothing wrong. People, we do that to help ourselves feel better, to present something positive for the world. So it's not a bad thing. But if you're a person sitting around looking at it as something negative and feeling like you have to compete and triggering, again, those are some unresolved issues that you must look at. Okay. So that is the challenge for the next 2 weeks. Are you able just to focus on your lives and maybe, people's walls that don't trigger you? Okay. And it's very tricky because we can become addicted. Okay. So something to think about. That's a good one. Okay. So let's put that back. And let's see, we'll do one more. Let's go out. I'll take this one out. We already did actions. Okay. So let's see what we're going to get this time. What are we going to get? Let me reach down and just pick something. Okay. Got something different. This is called malachite. This is a malachite stone. It's a beautiful green with a lot of detail. I don't even know if y'all can see that very well, but beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Malachite. Okay. So we got the health and diet. Yay. Okay, let's see what they want us to talk about. Health and diet. Okay, I got 3. So what I'm going to do is from these, pick one. I think I'll pick the middle. Okay. And let's see what they're talking about. It says, what are my experiences with doing a cleanse or a detox plan? We had this one before, guys. I don't think it's an accident when we get something more than once. What are my experience with doing a cleanse or detox plan? Is there a cleanse or detox plan online that I would like to try, or a book on the subject that I would like to read? So, because we got it twice, I think what it's saying is that I think some of us need to consider, and I even need to look it up, uh, a detox cleanse, okay? Because it keeps presenting itself. So that means some of us need to do a detox cleanse. We know detox cleanse. We are aware that a lot of illnesses come from us having kind of backed up waste, and it can prevent, major illnesses, heart attacks, cancers, and things like that. So let's do that, y'all. This week, even if you don't do it, and I'm going to commit to this too, I'm going to look up detox plans. Even if you don't do it, we want to at least take the first step and look it up and kind of maybe look at a review on someone else's experience, okay? So let's do that. Okay. And let's see, we're going to end it with an affirmation. And again, I'm hoping you all are having a lovely day. Oh, a lot popped out. We won't take that. Hoping you all are having a lovely day. It's really beautiful. I'm happy that the weather is cooler now. Looks like fall is thinking about coming in. Yeah. And if y'all want to put in the comments, anybody have any kind of last minute summer things they're going to do before fall kicks in? Yeah. And what's your favorite season? It's funny how mine has fluctuated. It used to be winter until I experienced these these winters down here. But then because I finally mastered my wood burning stove, I actually have started liking winter again and cooking on the Dutch oven and cooking food on the wood burning stove. So, but it took some time. Summer was mine. It had switched to summer because winter was a whole nother level. But I'm starting to enjoy all the seasons. Let's see what we get. What's our affirmation? Okay, we got a lot. Oh, this is perfect. How does this not apply to what we just talked about? I am grounded. I am loved. I am enough. So look up the word grounded, meaning that I am kind of in the here and now and present, not allowing myself to kind of be all over the place. Okay, focusing on what's in front of us. Some people do a lot of different things to ground themselves. Sometimes they talk about walking outside barefooted, or some kind of experience that allows you to focus on the five senses, okay? But I am loved. Think about who loves you. So even if you're not, you're comparing yourself to people on social media, who loves you, okay? And then you are enough, right? Everybody has separate journeys, and even though we also want to live in a world where, is it okay if someone appears to be doing better than us? Are we still happy for them? Can we be at peace with that and understand that life is kind of time and chance? Sometimes it fluctuates. We're here to learn lessons. Sometimes we have and sometimes we lose. And can we do that gracefully? And can we gracefully accept that other people may have? Okay. So I'm going to leave you all with that. Thank you all so much. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.